And we're on the scene. That's what it
Again.
is. We're not in the scene. We're on the scene.
And we're recording.
IBAS Radio. Today is the episode for Friday, November 29th.
That's some good addition.
Yeah, Year of Our Lord. Lord of the Flame from the Ice Age. That's the Lord that governs the calendar. A lot of people don't know that. But when they say, in the old times, when they said Year of Our Lord, when they're talking about the date, they were referring to the Lord of the Flame from the movie Ice Age.
Right. That's why Ice Age exists.
Yeah, that's why they made the movie.
Little known fact.
Just to explain the expression Year of Our Lord so that people just get their head around what that actually meant.
I like it.
Yeah. This IBAS Radio, IBAS, topical business advice, personal philosophy with old music radio.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. Here's why you should listen to this, Zach. Not you. I'm talking to the people. Even though I'm looking at you, I'm telling the people why they should listen to this. Don't you want to know what a 19-year-old is like in this day and age? Don't you? If you're in your 30s like me, like in your mid 30s with kids, don't you want to just hear someone you could really relate to? Not someone famous, a regular dude, just who's on the same page as you are.
Doe.
Just your regular old dude going bald, got kids, had hand, foot, and mouth disease. A lot of you have caught that. Only sleep like 6 hours a night. Trying to figure out like what the next phase of my life is going to look like. Zach too, but from a 19-year-old's perspective, you don't get a lot of content this way in this day and age. You know what this is? This is cross-generational. You don't get that a lot of cross-generational
Bridging the gap.
Bridging the gap. You know, I think there should be more bridging the gap. We were going to save this for the philosophical section of this show.
Yeah, so
I want to talk about bridging the gap.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Oh, that's going to be a thrilling segment.
It's going to be so crazy.
I know how much people are fired up. The young people. I look to you.
I'm personally juiced.
Yeah, about this this intergenerational gap bridging that we're talking about. So important, so thrilling, so hot right now.
Spicy.
All right, I want to talk about something topical now. What's in the news, dude? You get a news feed. What's happening?
Oh, did you hear about...
I know. I'm going to go ahead and say no, right? Even before you finish. I haven't.
You know,
this is my
not
first
even
time.
did you hear. Did you see
This is my first time hearing about it. Guaranteed. Go ahead.
the Tesla Cybertruck?
Oh, you know what? On LinkedIn, I saw it.
Boom.
But what is it? I didn't read. I don't know what it is.
It's Tesla's truck that they made.
It's kind of ugly.
You think it's ugly?
It looks like the one that looks like a tank.
It does. It looks like a triangle tank.
It looks like a triangle tank.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's cool, but it doesn't look great.
Well, it's crazy.
Do you like the look of it? Have you researched what it is and what it does? I saw a link. I saw a LinkedIn post with a picture. Obviously, anything Tesla does is pretty cool, but I don't know what the deal is with it. Go ahead, tell me.
I was listening to a podcast about it.
All right, tell me about it. What is it? What's the deal with it?
So won't even be out until like 2022, 2023.
Okay.
Depending. There's a single motor, a dual motor, and a tri-motor.
Those are three different versions?
3 different versions.
Okay. Each with more strength, I would take it. I would take it.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Higher payload, faster 0 to 60.
I like that word, payload.
Nice.
Yeah, higher payload. Sweet. I don't know what it means, but I like the sound of it. Yeah, all right, go ahead. So what else?
Well, or at least
why is it called cyber?
Towing capacity.
So why is it called a Cybertruck? Just because it's all software based, like all of their vehicles?
I don't know.
I think it's because it's software. It's a
How
software.
can you
based.
explain Elon Musk?
He's a dude. He's super smart. He's a sweet engineer. He's British.
True.
Yeah. So I think that
explains it.
I think that pretty much says it all, dude.
We're summed up at this.
Yeah.
point.
What else is there to say? He makes stuff.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up here.
Yeah. He's pretty sweet, dude. All right. Do you know anything else about that truck?
Yeah. So it's the tri-motor.
All right.
0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds.
And
this is a truck.
And it's a big vehicle.
This is a truck we're talking about.
So have you ever gone from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds? We bandy that around like 0 to 60, 2.9 seconds. But I bet a lot of people driving Teslas have never actually gone from 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. That is insane, dude. That's an insane...
Yeah.
That is an insane increase in velocity. That's really fast.
It is very fast.
Have you ever been in a car that did something like that?
So, yeah. So Kobe his dad has.
Yeah, that's right. I met with his dad once. Yeah.
So I got to ride in that once.
Yeah, I've driven a Tesla. They're pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was fat. It's kind of.
Did he make you snap your head
bizarre
back? Yeah.
And surreal because it's electric. It's like you don't hear it go 0 to 60.
Yeah.
So it's just basically you're in the car going 5 miles an hour, and in the next couple seconds,
3 seconds is a super short period of time.
You are way further ahead on the street and going 60 miles an hour.
It's
a bizarre feeling.
It's really weird. And my father-in-law, who lives in Peru, has spent his whole adult life as he calls himself a radio technician, but basically in Peru, people don't replace their appliances when they break. They take them to him and get them fixed. He actually knows all about electrical.
Which should happen worldwide.
We should.
Why
but
are we
don't.
throwing stuff away, people?
Because we're decadent. We can talk about decadence, maybe in the philosophical section. It's because we're you know what decadent means?
No, I don't even know.
It means like unnecessarily luxurious. So when you get like a decadent dessert, it's like it wasn't even necessary, but we went ahead and just put like 3 extra layers of chocolate on this.
We just poured money on it.
Yeah, you didn't need it, but we went ahead and put a creme brulee on top of this.
We blended a Benjamin and just sprinkled it on top.
We shredded a caramelized. We shredded a $100 bill and caramelized it so you can actually eat money while you're.
We took the door off the front entrance.
Yeah,
and served this on it.
Yeah, it'd be like if you're driving a Tesla and they just like had a function where a dude would just pull up next to your car at stop signs and give you a cheeseburger or something like that.
That makes the
so
whole
we're
thing worth
but
it.
so he knows about electrical engineering because he understands the laws of electricity.
Nice.
And I just tell him about Teslas. I quoted something similar. It's like, yeah, because electric motors have way less friction. Like there's not gears grinding against each other how there is in a diesel motor.
That's true.
In a gas motor, it's just
it's basically air, right? Because there's like a magnet and there's coils around the magnet.
I'm not sure how it works.
Well, that's just how an electric motor works.
You know more than I do. You know more than I do, dude. But all he said to me was there's no friction. So the gears don't grind against each other. It's like electricity just shoots straight to whatever turns the wheels. Like maybe the coil motor you're talking about.
Can we just get your dad to walk through this door just unexpectedly like last time?
It's not my dad. It's my father-in-law in Peru.
Your father-in-law in Peru?
Yeah, we probably couldn't get him to walk through the door at all because he's in Peru. He's the one that's a radio technician that fixes appliances.
I wouldn't even be surprised if your dad was a radio technician.
Dude, yeah, he's not. But here's an important point, man, as we're on this topic. People in like third world countries are a lot of times smarter than us.
Well, they know how to fix things.
They know about stuff. We're so disconnected, like on the immigration episode, we're so disconnected from the real world.
We don't even know how to paint walls. Most people don't even know how to paint a wall.
So I know how to paint a wall, but I would be hard pressed to do a painting project in my house from beginning to end and have it come out good.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do it unless my dad has a bunch of years of painting experience. So that's...
Yeah, and he's sort of from a different generation too, where people still know how to do stuff.
Still knew how to do stuff. Yeah.
So, so that's what he was telling me, that there's no friction, and that's why that car. I've driven. So did you do the autopilot on the Tesla?
Yes.
That's also pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Weird.
It is, but that's just going to become more
common.
But
it also feels natural in a way, for me.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Because we don't know how to do anything. So the fact that the car drives itself is totally natural.
Yeah, you might as well just be like watching YouTube while you're in the middle of this super dangerous, life-threatening activity.
Like, oh, what's this? A TikTok video?
Yeah, sweet. Car, drive yourself.
Yeah, just get there.
Yeah,
I'll just.
I need to be entertained in this moment. So you got to just be. So that decadence thing just means like you got to be satiated by everything you eat.
What are these words?
To the max.
Satiated.
It's like fully like over satisfied. You just got to eat it. It's like I couldn't get more flavor out of this. Like I need maximum flavor.
I couldn't be more satiated than this.
Don't mess around with the words, dude.
People, the satiation.
Part of the reason why people listen to this show is to get these new words. You don't know the word satiated?
I may have heard it, but it's amazing.
All right. Satiated just means like fully satisfied to the max, dude. So we got to be fully satiated by everything we eat. Like you eat it, just got to be like a Dorito, just like flavor sensation.
This is the most cheese I've ever gotten.
Just like I go to an Italian restaurant, it's like I need everything in this thing to just be covered in meat, cheese, spice. I need it to be piled super high. Like every bite you eat, you got to just be, oh yeah, I love it. It's so good. A humble piece of broccoli, or
this is terrible.
Like a lightly seasoned chicken breast.
What is this, boiled?
It's like I'm bored. I need to be fully entertained in all moments of the day. Same thing with the Tesla self-driving car. I know they say that it's supposed to cut down on a bunch of auto accidents because the car is going to end up being a better driver than a human being. So that's all to the good. But the upshot of that is we'll just be able to be. There won't be a moment of our day when we're not fully entertained by something. Like, how weird do you feel just sitting around doing nothing?
It's bizarre.
Like, dude, I'm not doing this at all. Why would I sit around and do nothing when I could be totally satiated by my phone?
I was in Seattle yesterday, and I got there early to what I was doing, and then I was like, all right, I'll just go look at the view. So I was there. I was looking at the view for like 3 minutes, and I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm getting my phone out.
And then I was like, so what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I'll leave.
Like, yeah, why would I enjoy this beautiful view of nature?
It's tremendous, but
that kind of satisfies me when I could be totally satisfied every moment of the day. Yeah. Every day of my life, I could just be fully doing exactly the thing that
complete stimulation
that just stimulates me to the max. I want to go ahead and talk about IBAS business right now. IBASbusiness.com. Look, we get it. You're a business owner. You are not separated from reality day in and day out. You're not some 19-year-old punk who can't even enjoy anything. A beautiful view of nature. By the way, I can't enjoy it. That's why I'm no good at camping.
You're the worst 35-year-old to enjoy views.
But I can sit with my thoughts without looking at my phone. That I can do. So So in your face, Zach. All right. And I know what the word satiated means. So
well, my day's ruined now.
Yeah. No, all right. I take it back. I didn't mean to be harsh. But look, business owners, we get it. We're with you. You're in the grind day in, day out, dealing with real world problems, making it easier for us to not have to deal with reality so we can just sort of live in our fantasy land. It's because of you. Thank you, business owners. Look, for $500, I guarantee you I'll save you $5,000 a year. I guarantee it, or I'll give you the $500 back. You might save $3,000 a year. If you don't save $5,000, I'll do the work for free. Check out IBASbusiness.com. Check out our cost reduction service. You cannot lose on this, so please check us out or call me at 425-332-5058, extension 101. And this gets us into our business advice segment. This is a good thing, dude, actually. So if you're a business owner, or if you're trying to just get ahead in your career or in your job, one thing for sure that will set you apart would be the dude become the person who actually knows how stuff works and who actually fixes problems that need fixing instead of just trying to figure out like somebody else who can come take care of that for you.
Nice.
I'm going to give you an example. Can I hit you with an example? What about these? So we're sitting in an office now with fluorescent lights. Do you know how to change a fluorescent light?
Never done it.
Never done it. I'll just give you another simpler example because this one I know you definitely could figure out. Changing the water bottle on the water cooler.
I've done that.
All right, so let's just take that as an example, okay? It seems so simple. 1 million people will walk by a water cooler and not change an empty bottle. They'll go over there, they'll try to get some water. They'll try to get some water to fill up the cup. It won't fill, and they'll go, I
guess I'll drink my saliva.
Yeah, or they'll go talk to somebody. They'll go, hey, office manager, person who's in the water bottle it's empty. What are we supposed to do? Meanwhile, there's a bunch of water bottles just sitting right next to the stand. All you got to do is like take a look at it, take the empty water bottle out, figure out the mechanics. It's a little bit heavy, but not that heavy. And just go ahead and take care of that problem. And I'm telling you, whoever the person is that just voluntarily takes care of problems will be the stud of the office. And also in business, if you're a person who's just super dedicated to taking care of problems for your clients, you'll get ahead. So where do you stand on that, Zach? Do you take the initiative and solve problems, or do you let it ride? You have to be honest. I'll know if you're lying. I can see it. I can see it in your face.
I let it ride.
You let it ride. I appreciate your honesty, but also now I got to give you a hard time. Don't let it ride, man. Stop letting your dad clean the mold in the house. Look, we can even bring marriage into this. Honestly, men especially. Men are so good at sitting around and doing nothing. The best. Women are the worst. Women cannot sit around and do nothing. My wife is productive 100% of the day. What about your sisters? Are they pretty productive? Or just your mom?
They are productive for sure.
They stay busy.
Yep.
Men just revel in doing
I'm
nothing.
pretty sure.
You know the word revel?
Yes.
All right.
I do.
Okay,
I
good.
looked it up the other day. Actually.
Did you? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, just revel in doing nothing.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. So, men, your wife is going to start to. You're not married yet. Does your mom get on your dad's case for sitting around and doing nothing?
Not really.
Because he already knows. He's been trained.
Well, he talks about how busy he is a lot.
All right,
so
smart move.
I think everyone's like, okay, he's really busy.
Yeah. Even if you're not, to just talk about it a lot. Smart play by your dad.
He's been in the gig for a while.
Yeah. He knows the territory.
He knows the drill.
Yeah, he knows the. I would like to actually see his day planner.
No, but he does well like you do. Wash the dishes every
That's
night.
good. And he's an elder in your congregation.
He is.
So
He's busy.
That keeps you quite busy.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. But men, so in your office and in your personal life, if you see a problem, I would say just go ahead and fix that right now. What do you do if you see trash on the street when you're walking around? You pick that up?
No.
Do you even notice it?
Yeah.
All right. I pick up trash in the street.
With your bare hands?
Yeah. I mean, I don't like picking it up and rub it all over my body. Just like rub it on my face and then put it in my pocket, like rub it on my cell phone. I do like the little dainty thing where you pick it up with your fingers and kind of let the wrist thing. It's like, ew, I hold
See if
it.
we can get this on camera.
I hold, you know the little dainty thing where you pick up something gross and you kind of hold it away from you and try to keep your distance. I hate seeing trash in the street. Don't you hate to see trash in the street?
Yeah.
It bothers you, right?
It does.
All right. So that's a problem. There's trash in the street. It's super ugly. It makes the world look bad.
Right.
When you're in Ecuador, did you see a ton of trash?
Tons.
Come on, third world countries. Like, even though you're poor, one thing you can do is just choose a place. Like, just build a huge wood box. Like, I see people building stuff in Peru.
I know. The worst is when they put it in the river.
Why were you throwing your trash in the river? Like, it's so ugly.
You know you're going to be drinking that water later.
And it's like you said, it's hygienically awful.
It is.
But also, who wants to live in an environment that's just strewn with trash? Like, even if you don't have wood and tools and stuff, I'm trying to think of what you could do. You could build a little enclosure where you just leave trash. You could just burn it.
Just dig a pit.
Dude, just dig a freaking pit. Come on, Ecuador. Come on, Peru. Come on, Africa. Dig a huge pit and put all of your trash. That's a cultural thing, man.
You brought Africa.
I'm bringing, who else we could bring? Come on, India. So when I was in Sammamish, we're talking about cultural things. When I was in Sammamish and we lived around all those Indian people, they littered. That is a cultural thing that they brought over to the United States. They would leave their trash around. That's ridiculous. That doesn't require any economic resources to just, hey, like, gang, come on, gather around. Just one guy. Just look, gang, I'm going to start digging a hole here. Please, just where you're at over there with the trash, just walk it on over here. Just walk it on over. They got bags. I see people with bags, or I see like women carrying babies on their back with like a little shawl. Instead of carrying the baby on your back, if you got a little piece, just put it in the shawl. Like you've got ways for carrying stuff around. We're not even on business right now, but this applies to business in general. Anybody who's allowing things in their office or in their business or their life to become ugly, just do something about it. That's sound advice across the board. It's baffling to me.
What about digital trash, clutter?
So if you are in your digital space quite a bit, I would imagine you got to keep that clean too. Like, does it bother you to have a bunch of unread emails?
Yeah.
I hate it. I can't.
Unread emails, a bunch of tabs open. I hate a bunch
of
tabs.
Or sometimes I'll see people with like a whole bunch of files saved on the desktop of their computer.
It's the worst.
It's like, why don't you go and put that in my
It
documents,
looks
man?
unprofessional.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yes.
It's clutter. So, but I can't emphasize this trash thing enough. I'm sorry. If anybody's listening to this and you litter, shame on you. Stop littering. Who does that?
Right.
Somebody's doing it because I see trash in the street.
Somebody's doing it.
And if you don't litter, but you care about your neighborhood, I'm putting this on you too, Zach. Pick up some trash and take it with you until you get to the next neighbor's trash can and just throw it away there. Because otherwise the trash, I don't know.
Isn't that illegal?
Is it?
To put trash in other people's trash bins?
If you are calling the cops on people who are picking up the trash in the street and putting it in your trash can, shame on you too. Shame, shame, shame. For shame. Across the board. I'm shaming everybody.
Everyone's been shamed.
Pick up some trash, Zach, for crying out loud. What do you do with your grocery store, your shopping cart after you go to the grocery store? Do you put it back in the little cart area, or do you just kind of rest it up on the curb next to your car?
Depends if it's Fred Meyer or Costco.
Okay.
So like Costco, I'll put it back in the thing.
And Fred Meyer?
Fred Meyer, no.
Why are you not taking it back to the area?
Because it's not a Fred Meyer thing.
It's an everybody thing, Zach. Shame on you. Shame across the board.
You know what? I'm too young for this.
No,
Adam.
dude. You can put away your shopping cart. I'm trying to think. I know I do some stuff like this too, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, but this is like.
Oh, here's.
I want to go back to the digital clutter, but.
Oh yeah. No, go ahead.
Do your thing.
I do when I go home from work. When I come home from work, I take my business shirt off, so I won't get it dirty. And sometimes I'll leave that laying around. So shame on you too, Adam. For shame. Go ahead. Digital clutter.
Can't even look at you anymore.
Yeah. I don't. This podcast is over.
We're done.
I said good day.
We're done here.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Digital clutter. So, if you're a business owner, I'm assuming you have meetings with people.
Some, yes. You're
Right.
talking about meetings with clients or with the team? Both.
Anything.
All right. Yeah.
All of it. And you'll probably have your laptop. If you have a bunch of files on your desktop, a bunch of files, bunch of shortcuts, you look like a messy person.
Agreed.
So if you're bringing your laptop to meetings and showing anything, and people, whether it's clients or your team or whatever, sees your desktop and it's got a bunch of trash on it,
100%.
bad impression.
Agreed. I mean, I would always just have whatever you're going to work on, I would leave that open and have it open. Because I actually rent. Let me just, IBASbusiness.com if you need accounting. Go to IBASbusiness.com. We can hook you
Get her
up.
done.
425-322-5058, extension 101. So this is something along those lines. It turned out okay. This is a true story, dude. So I want to say, I'm going to maybe say like 2.5 months ago, because I've been working out for like 2.5 months. All right. I've been doing a good job working out.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to starting the workout routine, one morning, early, like I was up at 4:15. I worked until 7. I was going to go take a shower. But before that, I Googled how to get rid of your dad bod. All right.
Oh, no.
And I actually did find an article, and that's based on that. That's the exercise that I've been doing. But I left the article open. The headline was like, how to get rid of your dad bod. All right. So I read it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. This is perfect. This is just what I'm looking for. Closed my laptop, got on with my day. I had a 9:30 meeting. All right. I plugged it in. I opened up my laptop, and it pops up. Very first thing our client saw was how to get rid of your dad bod.
It's terrible.
But the guy I was with also has kind of a dad bod. I'm not going to say his name. But if
you know
you're
who
listening,
you are.
You know who you are. So at least he was like, hey, man, it's okay. Actually, I want to check that out.
He's
we
like,
looked at it together.
respect.
So I do make sure you close any kind of searches you've been doing, or if you're on LinkedIn or whatever, I just make sure you are cognizant of that. Philosophically, I've read that this is a crazy thing. I don't know if this could be true or not, but as I was Googling the dad bod, somebody somewhere wrote that the dad bod is in style. Do you know anything about this?
I do.
Okay. And that women actually find a dude with a dad bod attractive? Have you heard this?
Yes.
Because here's the theory behind this, that a dude with a dad bod is not narcissistic. And obviously he's prioritizing other things like work, providing, whatever, above like vanity, above making sure that he looks super good all the time. Could that be right? That can't be right. It doesn't make sense. I've also read an article before that baldness is some kind of an attractive thing to the opposite sex, because it shows like you're a real man, like you're a real dude.
Well, I'm clearly
Unattractive.
not attractive.
Yeah,
at
no.
all.
I'm sorry, man. What can I say?
I missed it.
Here's a philosophical thing. You give me an honest answer. What do you think about? I want to ask you about a couple of things. Women, if you're listening to this, pay attention to this.
Yeah, pay close attention.
Pay close attention. This is an important point.
But don't worry about it because I'm unattractive, as we've just discussed.
No, you want to talk to the bald dude who knows what he's talking about.
But he's married, so
I know, but my wife is crazy.
Back off, ladies.
No, but my wife's crazy about me. That's the important point.
True.
If you're super buffed out and stuff, you might like the woman you want to be the most attracted to is your wife. Like
that makes sense.
So she'll respect you, and like you have a harmonious marriage. You don't want to be doing stuff that your wife finds unattractive,
right?
Because that'll cause some discord.
Discord.
All right. So, what do you think about a woman, a girl your age,
right,
who's pretty, but who wears a bunch of makeup? Do you like a ton of makeup? Do you like no makeup?
Some, because if they wear a ton, they're trying to mask themselves. If they wear none, then they don't care about their looks whatsoever.
But what do you like to look at? Like I like to look at like what a person really looks like. That's my own take on that. So like my wife, I tell her like, just go. You don't even need to wear any makeup as far as I'm concerned, but go light. What's your thought on that? Do you like to see some makeup on a girl? I mean, you think that's a good look?
Well, I think a little bit around the eyes brings out the color of your eyes.
So that's a nice touch. A little something on the lips, maybe.
Sure.
All right. Now, what do you think about super high heels? I see so many women wearing super high heels.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous.
But do you think that that's like a good look, or that's like there's something weird going on in that woman's? But I look at that, I'm like, is she crazy? Like what? That's a bad
bad thing.
And I just want to say another thing, women. All right, if you think you're doing a bunch of makeup or coloring your hair or wearing high heels for men, you're not. You're doing that for other women. So just by the way,
true.
I never once in my life hanging around dudes heard a dude go, dude, you see her shoes?
You see?
Dude.
Those heels, they could kill a man.
Yeah. Dude, I think I'm going to go talk to her. I love those shoes. Or, dude, you see how she had her makeup? That did? It's never that.
No.
It's honestly, man, I think the most attractive thing is usually there's just some chemistry. It has nothing really even to do with how you look.
It's chemistry.
It's like there's just something between people that are attracted to each other that you're like, this is it. Like so I met my wife when I was 20. I think I was either 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
I got married to my wife 8 months later. Right. I've been married for almost 16 years now.
Nice.
And there was just something when I met her, like I just was like, this is it. This is what the thing. Like this is what I'm gonna do. It's totally inexplicable. There was nothing particular about like the way she looked or how she was made up or what clothes she was wearing or what shoes she had on. There was just energy there. There was just chemistry. And so I think women go way overboard on getting themselves all fixed up unless they're doing it to impress other women.
True.
Because it's totally impractical for getting together with men. Do your sisters do the makeup and stuff? Sorry if I'm asking. I don't know really anything about young.
They don't too much.
That's smart.
Yeah. That's
smart. And then the thing we were talking about, bridging the gap. I still think that's important, man. Do you like old stuff? Like I'm putting on these old songs. Do you get some appreciation at least for knowing about some old stuff?
I like knowing old stuff.
Even if you don't like fully get into it, just getting a little taste of what's old.
Dabble around.
All right, get your Spotify out. I want to put on something really old for you, dude. All right, and I like knowing about new stuff. It's fun to put on a song. All right, put on the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
Did you say orchestra?
Yeah, Glenn Miller. There you go. Yep, Glenn Miller. So this is like, when you listen to oldies.
Man, he looks old.
So this dude.
That smile looks old.
Do In the Mood.
Smile, let's see. Oh, you can actually see it.
That's old time. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Old.
So Glenn Miller was popular like in the 40s. But I love this music. But he was popular in the 40s. So this is
almost 38 million listens.
All right, so I think.
Oh my goodness, Glenn Miller almost has 900,000 monthly listeners.
It's great music. So I think "In the Mood" is the famous one.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, let's try that one. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I've heard this.
Dude, so people used to rock out to this. They would dance, dude. This is from the 40s.
Like, what's a ballroom?
Like Ballroom of the Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
Yeah. But this is like, so this, they used to have big bands, dude. wait, keep it, let it run. I know we're going over, but this will be the last thing. This right here. All right. Cool, dude. Glenn Miller. All right, man. So bridge the gap. You got to put on some new music next time, because I don't want to just go back. I want to hear what the new stuff is too.
The future.
Oh, does Spotify have like something like that?
Like they predict it.
Yeah, but like, we just made this up. We think this
is the next thing.
Yeah, somebody else is going to come up with a song 5 years from now, but we beat them to it.
Apple's going to be playing this in 3 years.
Yeah, our algorithms are insane, insane. We predict future songs. Did you see the movie yesterday about the Beatles? That's a good movie. Anyways, forget that. Anyhow. All right, man. Zip it up and zip it out. Zippity doo dah. All right.